To 10. This time we look at South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa. He undertakes a high-level working visit to Mozambique where he will seek to strengthen political, security and economic cooperation between the two neighbouring countries. The visit comes at a critical moment for the region as cross-border trade faces ongoing pressure, energy partnerships expected to expand, and of course security concerns in northern Mozambique continue, requiring coordinated action. To speak to us about the significance of this visit, we're joined now by Mozambique's Member of Parliament, Egidio Raposo. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
From the Mozambican perspective, so what are you hoping to at least secure from South Africa with regards to regional alignment?
Well, thank you. The summit between President Chapo and President Ramaphosa represents a pivotal moment to build upon the concrete foundations already laid, such as the new integrated processing facility in Nyasoro. We expect to yield very tangible outcomes, primarily in three key areas. First one being accelerated energy supply and security, with the Temane gas project and power stations now operation. Mozambique is ready to be a reliable supplier of natural gas, LPG, and electricity to South Africa. Secondly, investment in value addition and industrialization, because the key goal here is to move beyond exporting raw resources. Mozambique has a new domestic processing capacity that allows to add value within Mozambique, and we expect this summit to catalyze partnerships where South Africa technology and investment help us develop downstream industries like fertilizers, petrochemicals, and manufacturing. Third, it's solidifying regional infrastructure corridors. As you know, Nyambane province, one of the three provinces in the southern region, is emerging as a key national energy and logistics hub. And we expect that this will firmly establish Mozambique as Southern Africa's primary energy transport network. So, in short, the summit's tangible results will be to transform our strategic vision into actionable commercial and infrastructure partnerships, ensuring shared benefits, job creation, and a more integrated energy security region. So, in a nutshell, we expect that this will be more a summit focused on energy sector, because there is a lot there to be inaugurated in Nyambane. In Nyambane province, mostly.
And I want to focus on your last statement, that of shared benefits. Sometimes these deals, these partnerships can be skewed against one country and more towards the other. What are the challenges of ensuring that there is equal benefit? And by equal, of course, that can be debatable, but just largely equal benefits. And what are the fine print agreements that need to exist in that deal?
Well, just put it into context. For 30 years, Sasol Petroleum has been drilling and exporting natural gas from Nyambane province to South Africa for 30 years for now. And in terms of benefits, Mozambique only yielded from taxes only. Other than that, corporate social responsibility activities here and there. And now we're trying to move beyond that, where Sasol is deeply involved in also contributing not only through taxes, but also through concrete actions. For example, it has built a petrochemical city, actually, in Nyasoro, for example, where other than exporting only gas, but part of it will be used in Mozambique to develop petrochemical industry, for example. So this is something that Sasol, 30 years after, is trying to, so to speak, give back to to Mozambique by establishing this infrastructure where we can also benefit and create jobs from these natural resources. This is an example.
So, speaking of examples, I want to look what could possibly inhibit or pose as a challenge the bilateral relations between South Africa and Mozambique, particularly when we come to what's happening in the north of Mozambique, the role of a SADC and how that's had somewhat of a backlash for South African relations with Mozambique, but also has seen stronger ties between Mozambique and Rwanda. Is there space to bring about, should I say, better cooperation around the three countries, improve relations in tandem, while all three countries are looking out for their own interests?
Well, you know what? Mozambique has sought support from its neighboring countries well before it resorted to Rwanda. SADC is battling with logistic and financial issues, and that's what made it, for example, SAMIM to last for like 2 years or so, and then they withdrew. But bilaterally, Mozambique and South Africa are clear on what actually make them together stronger, which is on economic relationships. With regard to intervention in the northern part of Mozambique, I mean, this is something that is well gone. I mean, SADC played its part, had its contribution, and for concrete reasons, mostly logistical and financial, they withdrew. But Mozambique is glad that it's not angry at all, definitely. But when needs arise, maybe South Africa, and as it always shown its support and readiness, for example, during floods or during extreme events, South Africa was already was around. So we as Mozambicans, and me personally as a parliamentarian, I see no problem between Mozambique and South African relations for now. Right. SADC was a collegial decision, and it's not. We cannot simply single out South Africa as being responsible for that decision. We understand that people can help with what they have, and when they haven't, then it's not a deal.
All right, point taken. We're going to leave it there. Okay.
But let me add one thing here. Bilaterally, nothing hinders that South Africa also steps in with one or another way in combating terrorism, because this is a common challenge regionally and worldwide.
And I thank you for that point, much appreciated. That there is Mozambique's Member of Parliament, Egidio Raposo, speaking about Mozambique SA bilateral relations.